The Cold War was an extensive period of geopolitical tension between the United States and the Soviet Union, lasting from 1947 to 1991. It was characterized by intense rivalry on multiple fronts, including political influence, military might, and ideological supremacy. The term "cold" is used because it never escalated into direct warfare between the two superpowers, though it involved numerous proxy wars, significant espionage activities, and an ever-present threat of nuclear conflict. One of the earliest signs of Cold War tensions was the Berlin Blockade in 1948 to 1949, wherein the Soviets blocked Allied access to the sectors of Berlin under Western control. The United States and its allies responded with the Berlin airlift, supplying the city by air and demonstrating their commitment to countering Soviet actions. President Kennedy's famous speech at the Berlin Wall in 1963 further symbolized the divide between East and West. The nuclear arms race was a defining aspect of the Cold War, starting with the Soviet Union's successful test of its first atomic bomb in 1949. Both nations rapidly built up their nuclear arsenals. This escalation reached a pivotal moment during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962, when the world stood on the brink of nuclear war. The crisis was ultimately defused through negotiation, showcasing the immense risks inherent in the superpower rivalry. Parallel to the arms race was the space race, which began with the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik in 1957. This momentous event marked the first time a human-made object orbited Earth, challenging the US to catch up. The competition culminated in the US Apollo moon landings, with Neil Armstrong's iconic moonwalk in 1969 symbolizing American technological and ideological triumph. The Cold War also saw numerous proxy wars, wherein the superpowers supported opposing sides in conflicts around the world. Vietnam and Afghanistan were among the most notable examples, with devastating impacts on the local populations and significant political and military repercussions globally. Espionage added another layer of intrigue to the Cold War, with stories of spies, double agents, and cloak-and-dagger operations becoming the stuff of legend. The Cold War finally began to thaw in the late 1980s with policies like Mikhail Gorbachev's glasnost and perestroika in the Soviet Union.